Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. This is Gnomes and we are making this time addressing small tweaks, very tiny adjustments on a facial rig of this character. This is not a very big topic, so it's not I've already made some challenge regarding the eyes expressions. Then I have collected a few expressions here, screenshots, and from there I could find out that certified there are some things that still need adjustments on the eyes rig. For example, this part's a bit not flowing, that lower eyelash, not able to. Okay, so then also perhaps the subdivision, maybe, well, it's not only for the eyelashes, but they appear to be a bit too angular, so maybe I should find something to improve that. Here, okay, so here again that part. Yeah, here also this outer part maybe we can improve also. And again we see here, this is interpenetration, so that's not a problem for now. And then, okay, so here also, and same thing about the non-smoothness. Then something about the shapes, the thickness of the eyelids, or perhaps even the color, maybe I could change that. And something around the eyes that don't seem very well. Was that the last one? Yeah. Okay, so but you can make a lot of expressions. It's kind of cool with the rig that I have. But yeah, let's try to assess those minor tweaks. And since I'm doing here for the face rig, I'll also be adjusting certain things that I think could be beneficial. So I'll start by hiding the armature. Let's start working on some face things. Let's see. Yes, let's hide the hair for now. Is it a rest pose actually? Yes, seems to be. Alright, so let's go back. Yeah, a lot of things that are not properly balanced, so we're gonna smooth out some meshes, gonna make minor tweaks. The distribution of this mesh here looks terrible also, so let's try. Also here we could hide this. Yeah, many parts of the mesh really doesn't look very good right now, so we can. Do I really need this subdivision here? It could be time to consider some different looping around. So for example here, I know that I had something looping around here before, but I've changed that. Let's take the opportunity to make this now. It's a bit dangerous, so that's I'm going to. I try to retain the shape it has, although it's not very difficult to replicate. And to do this, there's a trigon here. I'm going to probably try to delete it. It's not actually necessarily a bad thing. Maybe it serves some purpose, but we're gonna delete it. We're gonna make it different. So let's see. This is some sort of retopology, but at the same time reconstruction of some. Okay, so let's start by making some separation here. This face already, this is going to be looping. Let's delete this edge. I'm going to get it looping perhaps from there. No, I want something that comes from. Yeah, let's try something like this for now. So I'll pick this. Okay, this goes there, but we'll have to rework that. I want this to flow that way. And so here perhaps I create something new. We'll see how this connects to the rest. And this would be a proper, yeah, so then it will be something like, probably we don't want this anymore, we're going to loop this way. Not exactly what I wanted. It can work, but I want something more overarching. So from there, right? Yes, this is not about the eye rig directly, but it's part of the face reassessments, retakes that I'm doing, so it's important. Shouldn't take too long. Here I should really take care about these. Yeah, I need to make those changes without actually destroying whatever I have here. So let's try to get some references here. Yeah, material here. Let's see. I have, maybe I can use that. Yeah. So these, maybe it's a bad idea right now because it goes there. Let's do it differently. Let's separate that. Screencast. This may well go inside, right? So inward. So here. So maybe here I could also consider some, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna solve this, but we'll find out. Okay, let's solve this first, then we see the rest. So be something step by step, right? So here this will connect there, alright? And here, and then this is looping. Okay, we can already make this an extra thing, so could use that color, right? But it confuses another, so let's give it that other color just for this reorganization. I could add, I never used that, but I think cartoon riggers, they use that, like a, not even cartoon PROD, I don't really know how to use, but a nose, bendy bone for the nose, and maybe I can also do for the tongue, add a tongue bones structure, right? I have an idea for that, with a combination of bendy bones and eye key. Yeah. So do I require here, maybe there's excessive or too little? It'll be okay to add. Okay, so actually this needs to go here. Dissolve. Okay, so in this case I had to add a new. So I maintain this organization. Not that this thing is required. I could just dissolve this. There's enough, because there's enough. How to say, there's enough. There should be enough mesh here, but it's the mouth region, right? So maybe it's good to have additional. Let's enable the mirror here so we can see. This probably got something we might need to improve here. Have to revise that. It's a long time I don't touch the mouth. Oh yes, this is probably some mistake at some point. with subdivisions we see better how this looks. Alright, we'll address the melt shape a bit later. Just tweaking some stuff here since we were there. Okay, I'll keep the subdivisions high, the mesh density I mean, because I don't know still, since I do not have bones to deform the mouth yet, I cannot know how much geometry I will require for this test. So it's just, at least I can smooth those things. You see, even this pointy, it doesn't mean it is pointy that way, but that's good shape there. Let's continue this thing here. Okay, so this is organized, this is organized, this is organized. Okay, these face loops are good. Here we might consider there could have additional subdivision here. Not sure, but it's something about the eyelash, bottom eyelash, so maybe it would be valuable to have another subdivision here. It will be a bit hard to organize, but yeah, required. I think it's a good idea. So I'm going to push this. So how am I gonna do that? Okay, I'll push that outwards. These have all this created. No, it didn't create anything terrible yet. Okay, then we make a subdivision here. I'm making this so that I can have better smoothness on the top eyelash. Maybe I need that for the bottom eyelash. Perhaps I should do this for the top eyelash too. Maybe at the corner? Maybe here? Yeah, there's something here. Maybe here's a good idea too. But there this goes. Oh, there's already going there. So maybe there's no eyelash here, I think. Alright, so let's just redistribute. Here, where does it go? This is a bit chaotic. Let's do, what's this for? Doesn't make much sense, this to me, so I think if ever there was something like this, it would be around here. Actually, I intend to have this continuation, so I'm gonna probably have to remake some stuff there. Alright. Here, this part is a bit delicate. I cannot do whatever I want here. Need to be a bit perfectionist on the final shapes. I should do this with the character design in mind, in vision. So yeah, I cannot work on the shapes right now very well. It's more about the mesh topology, and we don't always need to know the exact shape we need to solve some mesh topology issues. This is a good point. This doesn't look like very good now that I'm doing this. Of course I could consider yes, this is okay if this becomes the loop. It's not a big deal. It's not symmetrical regarding the mouth, but it's not a problem. The face is not symmetrical top and down, right? So Here I believe I could just connect this here. Then let's start to make some disconnections. This should go here. Here you see an old trigon. Probably this is useless now. Here I have to be sure how I'm going to make this consistent. Maybe I need to create another subdivision here, or maybe this is the case, right? Yeah. So this, then okay, this means that this should connect like that. No, something is wrong here. So in order for this to flow, I need this to connect towards that, right? Something like that, right? So this face, let's give this thing, yeah, maybe so this is not required, and this also not required. So what we do, we just merge here. There we go. We can redistribute these things here, and now this shape is probably not, this diamond quad probably not to be made here, although this subdivision here for the, this should probably be useful. There we go, maybe the diamond quad can go here. So it's a reduction on the mesh topology. Hope this thing, this mesh topology won't create issues here. Along while there are deforms. Redistribute the mesh here. Let's smooth this out. In some case I could be using that tool, the proportional editing. This looks badly distributed. Yeah, so here maybe there's an excessive, although it could be important for the deforms on this region. So this is why I wanted more to start with more where is the, I've lost the cursor thing for making the smooth. What happened? Bad thing. I pressed some. Yeah, I know this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so maybe I've lost some. Alright, so here, let's see this. Not gonna be doing this for too long, just need to fix this for now. Okay, here should be good to have another loop So this, instead of going up, it will also follow that same pattern there. Have to do this. This we disconnect. These two. We'll see later how we deal with these other faces here. Maybe just like that. And this, let's dissolve this for now. No, it's wrong. And here we need to make this connection. There we go. This we can already give it some color like that to distinguish. Okay, so now we're getting what we want, what I wanted. I believe this is more adequate for the deforms later. It's not imperative, but I've seen some mesh topologies regarding this kind of cheek bone or whatever. I think this is more... This should be more accurate. Though this is a bit strange. Yes, this is still strange. I have to reassess that thing. And here I need to assess this. Maybe I don't need this excessive. Yeah, let's make a test rate. The problem is that this goes where there is no other thing. Like, okay, face, then let's connect it here. Okay, I don't like this, but whatever. At least I still have this, right? Anyways, where would that go anyways? Could go there. Yeah, there's not many options unless it went there, right below the nose. That could be good because then it creates some extra patterns. Okay, let's do something like that. So it would be something like that. All right. Okay, then we have this, we have this, we have this. Alright, then this, let's give it another color, magenta, this. Okay, this is top of the ear, then bottom of the ear, and then it could continue. Here there's some mesh that around the eye, the ear, that I could probably collapse. Yes, let's try to simplify this thing. It's a little messy here. Yeah, very, very messy. It works, but it's messy. I think it works. So here, okay, there we continued. This is actually, yeah, this is a whole loop, face ring around the ear. So this is required, but the subdivisions are just horrible. The way it presents itself here, so we can probably improve these things. Here, that part, yeah, I think this gonna be useful. There's still this that could go like there. Not sure. Yeah, I need to find out. Okay, so this is in fundamental, so except that, yeah, this is fundamental, but the amount of subdivisions is what I need to consider. Maybe I could create another one. I'm not gonna make this unless I know where is the eyelashes, right? Oh, okay. Good. Let's make another one then. The problem is that yeah, that will necessarily generate more mesh to the ear. I could just make it a dead end in a triangle there, but I had this at another time. Okay, let's paint this differently. This is the continuation and it ends there, right? And then it ends, no, it can continue, right? So here we could have this connection here, although everything there is a bit wrong, right? So let's aha, this I could make it the flow there. Yeah, so here we have to make some important choice. I have this mesh here already, and I have this mesh here. I think I can do this, so this will be adequate, and this is the continuation of that. Yeah, that makes sense. In terms of simplification, I just don't like very much those face loops that go into the eye, but they are required. Whatever. So I try to avoid that they make loop all around the body, like this is a concern for certain, like I cannot smooth this, it will affect, I can, but then I have to refix the eyelids mesh that at this point should already have been compromised in terms of snapping to the eye surface. So hope I can solve this without issue. Alright, apparently nothing changed, right? So that's, but it did. I just re-snapped here. Let's, oh, this is the subdivisions. Yes, okay, so I've made these subdivisions. I'm snapping right now. Let's do this. So this is one addition. Now the mesh got strange. I think that snapped, or if it didn't snap anyways, it's bad. So let's push this without snapping. Even the mesh here, now you see it immediately starts to work. And here, that part is very important for this character design. There is need to have some flash here. It's very difficult to get it right without good comprehension of the character, what this stylized anatomy should be. Currently it's not good yet. Yes, we have like, it's like this should be more tilted in this direction, something like that. Yeah. And there's other angles that should be taken into account when doing this. And also this can be solved ultimately with a cheating technique, the camera keys automorphs or some sort of automation that will make impossible character design. With shape keys, corrective shape keys, it will mean that according to the camera angle, the mesh itself will morph according to the camera angle in relation to the rotation of the head, the position of the head. So if you see here, there will be a morph of the face structure. If we see frontal, it will have other. That is very, so it's used in, at least I know, in a 3D Japanese 3D animation like Bell, I think that's the name, long feature film. It's not difficult to develop. It's a very interesting original idea. I don't, otherwise we'd simply consider that 3D cartoon adaptations from 2D stylized designs, character design, is really model shit. Even it's impossible, because many cartoon designs are impossible in 3D. But with this we can cheat the reality of 3D, and as I've tried to explain, and that can be valuable to have to achieve finest results. I'm not using right now, but I have a prototype to make this rig functional. This will be something I will be doing in live. Alright, so here let's see. This doesn't look right. This is going inward, so instead let's push this mesh to the front. Okay, something like that. Let's smooth. Alright, so why not? Here's also a shape that is important to remember. Then let's see. Okay, so I fixed that, took some time. Still here fixing some stuff. What should happen here? I have already this loop here, so let's just dissolve this, dissolve that, and there we go. Also, let's dissolve this. Good. Where does that go? I think this will be sort of the continuation of that, but without looking the ear, we don't really know. It goes there and it dies. Oh, because this is a triangle. Yeah, and here's another triangle. Yeah, okay, that works for this kind of stylized ear. What about this thing? What is this? It's just a very strange shaped face ring. So let's smooth this a little and give it some critical color. Oh, there's a trigon there. Is it really a trigon? Yes, it is. Is it required? Like for this subdivision that is going straight to the ear, to the sort of back of the ear. It's not something that I should care about, but since I'm developing on top of this already, revising, I should be able to solve this thing here indeed. I don't want to create a new subdivision for the ear, but maybe it's a good idea, right? So I could have a loop here behind. So let's do this, right? Let's do something like that. Then here, then here, then okay, so now this has a continuation looping, and this will follow to that, to where this thing is going, because this is here, this is here. Let's bring this up to here. Yeah, I need something like here, and then here, then here I'm going to dissolve this edge, and here we go. Now this loops here, and this loops there. Yeah, and here we can give it some, slightly change this. Let's save, let's make some shapes here. It even helps in making those shapes properly, right? I'm not seeing exactly what I'm doing, but I have an idea. Yeah, you see, good shape for the ear. This is good shape. Yeah. Distribution, can it be just like that? Yeah, this trigon is perfectly fine in my opinion, just as these ones here. But actually this is not even required, right? Two-phase loops, they do that. I don't have an inner one. This is really not required. What about this one? Okay, let's leave it like that. Okay, I like that. Okay, this is very good improvement. This face loop here, it's that one in yellow. We can change that, but don't actually want it affecting. Let's deselect these things. Here, let's give it just some teal color, something like that. Yeah, that's it. Then here we can repaint that one. Wow, look at that. That's a cool one, going on the crossing of the others in some sort of symmetry. That's good, but we don't want that color. Let's give something. No, also not that. Cannot use this. Could still use yellow. This is too strong. I'm out of colors here. Okay, here it can be confused, but that's fine. Could do red here. It's not sure if this maroon or red. I'm daltonic, colorblind for reds a little. Alright, let's push this a little like that, making the ear thicker behind. But it must respect certain shapes. It's hard to get that part without interpenetrations. I need to adjust here, I guess. Yeah, this is when we look at that and it's messy. Let's push this closer to the Isn't one of these edge rings required for real? I'm a bit confused now. But yeah, it's about smoothing, right? And shaping. So maybe for the complexity that we have here, it's a good idea to have but we could attempt to a simplification to see what happens. Here this shape should be more circular. Something is messy here, that vertex there. And this last one. I'm not sure that's what it should be doing. I see. This should be like that. I can do that. We could also do that. I can pick this and grow. Maybe smooth, maybe tilt. Good. And then for this, we could give this a new color. Maybe just a red again. Okay, feasible. Even though it's a repetition there, okay, that pattern still works, right? Then, what about this one? Good. Here, good. Ah, this is not so good. Yeah, this is not. Alright, I've made changes here, so what I can do here, this part isn't supposed to deform a lot, so let's just get this thing at last there. So okay, it ends there. I've stylized this a lot, and in principle I expect this to work for the head of the character. Here I could make some changes. Good. Oh, this still going. All right. Okay, I'm not gonna paint that totally. We don't know what's happening below. We're gonna address that later. But this, yes, this I don't want. I want this to go also. Yeah, it could go to the top. So what? This is simple. Let's say I pick this. I just want. Okay, then I have this. It's already going up, but this shouldn't be allowed. Maybe more subdivision, something coming from here, right? Let me just see if there's some logic here. This goes there. This could well go. Again, I need to see. Okay, this goes there. This goes there. It could go, yeah, behind the head. So let's do it. This one, instead of going there, it will go. Yeah, let's make some subdivision here. It would go there. Yeah. Of course it's not working yet because we need to find out how to make the connections. If I have a trigon here, yeah, it will be sad because it's more a question more topology that I do not have, more geometry. What about now? Okay, now I just have something that is not really wanted, but at least I have these, which are a bit chaotic, but they kind of work. It's just that it's not very desirable. Of course, if I look for every single face loop that I have here, eventually it happens that some will right around the neck, some will inevitably, at least the way I'm doing, right? It's natural that sometimes this occur. These are safer, and 3 of these are not safer, right? I still think I can do something about this one. Like, I could push it there, like these ones. So why not? So I change how this works, right? So this will be like, okay, let's attempt that. Then this will be here. Put that down. Then let's dissolve this for now. Here, then okay. Let's make a subdivision here and start bringing wow, this is confusing, certainly. It's not very good to dissolve the way I did. Maybe here a good subdivision to help in here, right? Otherwise, like, we need to cross something that distance, right? This is horrible. Although it could work, there's hair on this character. But yeah, ideally this would be a case of a subdivision somewhere like here. Even though here there's too much mesh concentration. Also here this is horrible. I would like to have a, well, the neck, there's, yeah, that here's excessive. Must agree that's excessive mesh. They all die there in a regular way, but it's like I'd better have this simplified, but I can't just, right, delete these are fundamental stuff. I just like this part of the head wouldn't deform in this, so it's like useless to have all these subdivisions. I'd really like to simplify, but this will, perhaps I pushed all these things there, right? But let's finish to solve what we are doing. So here, so currently this works, right? And then this can already connect here in center. Then okay, we got this, can already make some here, and this no, let's not, just dissolve for now. this is not required. And here there's just this thing that maybe that's the case to cross here and we complete. Yeah, alright, so and this is the last one that would go on that direction. This dies behind the ear. That's fine. This one okay, we can smooth this easily. Better, we can also redistribute this mesh, because why not? Cannot smooth that. It will affect the whole body, some parts of the body that I'm not seeing, and even if I'm seeing, it's probably bad. Alright, and the rest is just that. So we made a lot of, yeah, this shape of the head I need to reassess for this character design. It's like an alien head, but it's actually an alien character anyway, so my experience tells that with this character design that the head indeed is like that. If you see for a reference for this, perhaps this I got intuitively. There's the halfling race in the old Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook 3.0. You see the races in the beginning. You look for the halfling. There are some Leonardo da Vinci related croquis. Very good drawings, like inspired of course by Leonardo da Vinci sketches, artistry and scientific inquiry on the humans, and then they the human body, right, the human anatomy, what the Renaissance artists and scientists, inventors often did, right? And then painters, everyone there, and so that inspired the guys to make that analytical and artistic proposal of the races, and that they portrayed halflings, which would be hobbits, adapted hobbits, they portrayed the halflings with elongated heads like that, and it kind of suits the fact they are thin race. And wow, what's happening here? I don't need this thing. Good. Don't need that anymore. What about this? Oh, I needed that. This was for this edge loop to stop there. There will be other ways, but that's why it is meant. And the subdivision, it works, right? Alright, so mesh topology adjustments and bit shape stuff on the face. Successful. What can I still do? But I didn't touch nearly anything about concerning the minor tweaks that we were seeing regarding the eyelashes, right? That we've seen from the facial expressions that I was making earlier. What's happening here? The eyelash hasn't been duplicated yet. It's mesh, not duplicated, subdivided. I need a new subdivision therefore, right? Let's hide some mesh there because I don't understand what's going on. So let's pick the vertex groups panel. Let's add here eyes. Just use this. Oh, what I'm doing. Okay, so I have this, and then on edit mode we can see that here is the added thing. I'll have to add more, another there inside. Okay, this is fine. And then here's a manifold structure. This is goes inwards. It's the inner eyelids border. That skin we see here, it's represented by that thing inside there. Goes behind the eye, so it always will have this flash thing. So it had it seamed. That's why it is in red. Here, this seamed. Then this is the eyelids seamed, also mesh. Shrink wrap to the eye surface. This one also is shrink wrap to the eye surface, but behind it. So it's a way to have it constantly behind, in an organized way. This is bad. I'll have to snap it, I guess. It's delocated, and it has now. I need to make this subdivision here. There we go. This would add. Okay, no snapping. Done. Okay, so now I can make perhaps a slightly better redistribution of the mesh of the bottom eyelash. I hope this. I believe it would improve the flow of the mesh, although it is already subdivided as the rest, so it suffers, it gets subdivision, surface modifier as well. So, but with this additional element, this additional subdivision, we probably will have a bit more precision in terms of smoothness. We don't have this yet for the top eyelash, but this shouldn't be hard if we wanted. It's not that the top eyelash is having much trouble, except on that part here, and this is something I wasn't able to solve, and this might be because of this problem in the mesh topology, and I don't know how to. I didn't find a way to get it better. So let's see if I can at least solve this part that was happening to have wrong flipping. Not wrong flipping, just some things that didn't seem very adequate as I posed the Right, so let's see the armature. So as I was making some posing, we see that that part especially doesn't respond very well. Might be responding a little better right now, but yeah, still there's some not tilting the desired, not twisting enough, and that it creates this ugly twisting there of the faces. Maybe it's because this one is moving up too much while the other is not. Yes, it's a rate of rotation of the mesh, so this can be addressed with the deform rig. with this representing the center. I need the control. Okay, so here it goes 2 up, while this doesn't have much transforms upwards. So maybe what we could do to prevent this is just try to fix this eyelash here. There's the map 2. We could probably... No, this is the wrong one. This is the top one. This is the right one. So maybe map 2, maybe we need... What was the original? 04? 03, I was playing with it. I think it's 02. Okay, so it wasn't 02? No, 01, alright. And let's start at -01, and let's try to get it some motion here, while for this one maybe we don't get this going up too much. Let's see now. Alright, see, it's a bit better, although let's see if I move this, does it respond? Okay, so apparently if I could have this respond more, I could have okay, so this bone can, if it has more influence, yeah, it's good. That's fine, but not totally satisfying. Let's see if it can go even more. It's not going up very much for some reason, or it is. I just need to elaborate a little more. Yes, there's some interpenetrations there. Just pose this behind. It goes too much up, so that's not very... Yeah, this shape is... The rest pose now it's compromised, so no, not good. Let's reduce this thing. This is too high, so let's skip that, and then there is the twisting, of course. So to avoid the twisting, let's do this. No. Okay, so it starts quite down. And the other, sometimes the twisting is not ugly, so it can perhaps work here. I just need perhaps, I think here I did wrong. Yeah, this was very wrong. Let's see here. Reset. No, that's too minimum. I should think like that. What about here? That's okay. And that thing is not, seems relatively good. Yes, I think this is an improvement, folks, from the very tiny stuff we can do to get it good. And then this part is having trouble. We see it barely moves, so this may be probably... What about this? I think this is bad. Let's see. Okay, this can be funny. There's some effects, too many waves on the other side. Yeah, should reduce some waves, one thing to do. But overall this is actually no, that's, I think it's too much, right? So reduce here. What if this thing is positive by the end? Does it help anyhow? Oh, it is down like that. It keeps... No, it's good that it goes down. Yeah, this is positive, that it is like that. It's just that when it goes up, we should pay attention to what it should be doing. No, wrong bone here. To be fair, this seems to be good enough. It works in a lot of situations. It creates cool shapes. Just trying to assess, maybe slightly. Okay, little more, and that. Okay, here's the twist. Okay, so this is something I want to understand. All right. So here, how from this pose, which is already quite exaggerated, how from this pose we can have this thing to twist less. Okay, so if we reduce this, and if we reduce this, what if we augment that? Yeah, but it's... Can augment here too? No, this is bad. This is too much. Okay, so going too much down, so negative 0.1 seems fine. And for the positive, that's the question. What if it remains 0.2? Another option is that if I remain this bone more free to pose, right? I'm not being able to find a good... It's just this part here. Maybe this is wave painting or some changes on the mesh actually. So let's just give it 0.6 for now. I think it was the... Yeah, there's... Okay, so let's fix the wave painting then. I need the... Let's remake the soundtrack to play. Let's return to our stuff here, right? Need to check the mesh. So I need to protect. Here, just gonna check the eyelashes. Do I have eyelashes? Yes, okay. Eyelash mesh, then I go here, let's... Okay, so unfortunately it's... No, I just want the bottom eyelash, so... My mistake, just select these vertices, there we go. Then here I need to visualize that bone, yeah, so apparently there were some mesh, yeah, you see that very low waves there. I forgot to subtract. There we go. We could use some more blur, perhaps. Use my... Maybe this helps. Like, no, not blur. Push some waves there. Maybe this helps in giving some more smoothness. Then we blur. What about this? I don't need to quit the mode, I just need to... But it's difficult to watch there. Ah, it's better now. Yeah, so blend waves at this part, still not that good as we can see. Here what we'd like to do is that bone goes up now, so let's see if that helps anyhow. Like it would need to go a lot to have... It's even a bit strange, right? But I think it's kind of better. If you want it down like that, it will curve down. Okay, if you want it up, it will have some... Yeah, not totally convinced. Let's keep it like an intermediate value. 1.2 seems fine. And we can also make it grow sideways maybe a little more, like we have here, so why not? Maybe this helps. Yeah, maybe it helps maintain some cool expressions. Okay, so I think I'm satisfied with that mostly. I know part of the curving is just natural because we need to... Maybe it's an eyelid thing, right? Yeah, it could be an eyelid thing, so not just the... Yeah, how this thing moves there. So let's reassess that too. For the eyelids, I should hide the eyelash mesh with the seam stuff. Then I pick here, let's see. I think I hit the wrong mesh. Okay, here and here. Also, no, I'm selecting. It's faces. Okay, so I was doing it wrong. Hide faces. Okay, now we see, and again. Go back here, let's pick the bendy bone. Aha! So indeed, wait, the selection is wrong. It's, I forgot the selection. Bot, eyelids, bot, here. And there we go. Then as we wave paint that, protection. Of course, I need the bendy bone here selected. Alright, so we see here, yeah, there's a bit of confusion there, not enough waves, there it is. And here also, this could have some blend waves here. And now it should be smoother. Let's reduce. Not sure this is a great idea here, so let's not blur, not allow a lot of waves from that part. Blur more here, and here, yes, I want more waves here. And the problem is I don't really know what is this one. This is the most important one, vertex. The others are not that important. So that one, and I don't need full waves on it. So, but a little stronger maybe. Alright, something like that, and then we could add some more waves there. Nah, this is probably bad. So just let's blur that slightly, and that's it. Here, let's blur very slightly if I can. Here. Let's see now the posing. All these bones don't help really to visualize, but yeah, better. So yes, there is something about the curve of the. I still see this bulge here. This is not very adequate. So there's something there I need to investigate. Yeah. So let's see how the. Of course, the bulge is happening because of this rotation, right? This bone has a damped track. It could get more actually, provide it doesn't, but it don't really solve much. So I think it's wave painting. Still, there are some damped track makes it harder to pose also. So I think it's risky. Yeah, so let's visualize again the wave painting, but probably some blended waves that we need to revise. So again, need to check here, eyes region. Okay, it's already hidden for the eyes region. Work bottom eyelid spot here, and then we pick that, right? So we have this, and we have this. Now this seems okay. What about this? Ah, maybe this is, yeah, this is probably problematic. Let's blur this out, and here, but there's some issues doing that. Let's try to smear out those waves. Yeah, this is not optimal. There's danger doing that. I don't know why this particular one requires, but it doesn't require a lot, right? So it's just something, and that's probably no. Okay, let's leave it like that. Here maybe just like that. Let's see about a few other bones. Well, let's attempt to pose stuff here. Of course the pose will be terrible because the bones are all afraid I made some things worse by doing that. No, things are working here, and of course we are not seeing the eyelashes, so it's compromising our understanding. Let's see, generically speaking, I see some strange artifacts going on there. Yeah, so these, I'm not sure what is it. It's something I've seen already on some screenshots. Gonna what's happening here? Sometimes it's the shrink wrapping, but usually it's working fine. Okay. Well, folks, I think it was improved. Yeah, major improvements. I think it's working much better, despite perhaps some things that might be improvable at that corner. Otherwise, there's some warping here, or it's my impression. No, there are some warping, but maybe it's just because. Yeah, so there's something related about the outer line of the eyelids mesh. Let's see if it is. I suspect it's more about the shrink wrapping, that this offset is perhaps too large. More than I've been augmenting this to avoid interpenetration for a long time, and I was careless on doing this, so this usually is a good value, and this should prevent most interpenetrations. If they happen, we can just sometimes just pose the bones a bit forward, or even the other part of the mesh, and so they don't happen. But for example here, there's a tendency to happen. If we augment this, then this immediately is solved. But then probably that was responsible also for, well, you see, there might be some improvements. Yeah, this gets worse if this is too thick, so we should be careful about that. So I'll try to find a middle term. Of course, this probably can also be improved by wave painting on the orbicularis oculi rig, so perhaps it's a combination. So for example, here is an orbicularis, no, this is a control bone. So here is some bendy bone. It has influence over the eyelids mesh, but not a lot. So if it had more influence on that corner region, maybe this would improve the quality. These are already eyelash bones, and they share some waves in the outer extremity, but very low. I'm not sure the amount right now, but all of them have some slight influence there. That influence cannot be a lot, otherwise the bone will push too much this edge here and will deform the, like, push skin, eye skin, muscle skin, right, for orbicularis oculi to the eye, so surface. We don't want that, so that's why this must be very tiny influence from this to outside. However, from this to inside, maybe this we can get some different, we can think it differently. So this is something I'm going to investigate right now. I'm gonna make a backup. So the idea perhaps is, as I work on the orbicularis oculi mesh, which is what we see here, we can add perhaps one additional like when I start to add, right? Why not pick here? No, I'll start from here and just add that thing. And let's not risk affecting the outer side because I don't know how it is looking. So from this point we go here on wave paint mode, we protect. I'll pick, there are just a few bones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I simplified. So we're gonna start to brush things into the eyelids mesh and see what it results. But for that, let's make some spreading of the collapsed eyelids mesh, a bit like that, so it will be easy for wave painting. Oh, there's some wave here, wrong waves for delete that. Yeah, I've added wrong waves accidentally. Let's delete all that. And let's start yes, just checking if I didn't do something horrible, like if one bone, if they had wrong names, I could have deleted invaluable vertex groups, but not the case apparently. So here, anyways, I have a backup. I checked, nothing seemed wrong. Well, what about the, why there's no weight? Oh, because of course these are the eyelash is hidden, so never mind. Let's go for the, okay, here. I'll start from here and I'll push some more influence, try to do that, right? Into the not succeeding right now in doing that. Maybe I need another tool. This is risky. This is too strong, I think. Okay, we use this, then we blur. Maybe that gives some. Alright, then here. So same thing, we push inwards. And we blur. Not seeing any effects there, this is annoying. Here we see. Okay, now this I saw. We could check if this is helping anyhow. Yeah, it will be safe to see if this is helping anyhow, but okay, so we have this. I need some more. It's a smoothing thing. I think it's beneficial. Yeah. It's very light stuff, so. And the eyelids. Okay, we see there's some formation there. maybe it's not a good idea. I don't remember this thing. Yeah, this was experimental. Maybe it's not a good idea. Technically, it would mean that there would be the ratio of the eyelids mesh would be lesser on this area. That means that the eyelash would have, this bone will have lesser influence on the eyelids on that outer region, but I'm not sure if this is good or bad. Because it has lesser influence, but then this starts to have more influence, and then what this does is that perhaps it will have... It's controversial, difficult to really understand. Okay, I'm not taking this risk. I've never done that before. I'll need more experimentation. But so far we will try to avoid this by posing. Here you see it doesn't seem too bad, so it was... This is something that will require experimentation. So far we tried to reduce this thing, I see those kind of thing, by very tiny artifacts, let's say, like that. I tried to reduce by just changing the modifiers here, reducing slightly this thing, so the thickness, not the thickness, sorry, but yes, this is represents the thickness, because this goes outside, the mesh stays outside of the surface of the eyelids mesh. And so the more we put this, it works a bit like a solidify modifier. Wow, what's happening? Yeah. Alright folks, so we've made minor tweaks a bit everywhere on the head mesh, on the eyes. We improved one of the a few things that were going wrong on our posing experience. I just remember there was something else about the top here, that region. That was a real concern for me for a while, so maybe I need to revise that again. So what's happening? The problem was that the mesh... Okay, so let's give it a real example here. Yes, here. So this thing cannot be happening. I need to have smoother stuff there, but I cannot have this deform the head, right? This is very bizarre. I don't want that, right? So I need to push the wave painting. This is relatively simple. I have these orbicularis oculi bones here. Especially the top ones. I just need to improve the mesh. It deforms here. Maybe a new edge loop, maybe 1 or 2, but it cannot cross a certain one. Let's see. I'll need to look this with the subdivision. Now let's hide this. Okay, I want to know exactly what is going on. Alright, so apparently these vertex there stop being influenced. They could have actually. Even that one could have, but very slight waves. Otherwise I have to create an additional. So because even it has very small weights, if we push this bone too far, it will go too far also, but on a different ratio. So this means, okay, so I need to map out, basically it's two edge loops upper. Alright, that will serve as a referential idea. So let's hide the mesh. Then we don't need to be looking at everything there, so let's just simplify this stuff. Don't need to see, I think, anything like this, right? So let's try to hide. We want simplifications here. Here we can also hide everything there. Ear still connected. Hide here and there. Eyelashes are probably better to hide too. Same for this, and eyelids mesh too. Alright, this seems feasible. We can also hide many other bones here. We can hide the, not the control. Okay, we need the deformed bones, but just for... Alright, then for the protection, we don't need to see the eyes also. And nor the eyebrows. Alright. I'm going to save this. Now we going on here. Yes, let's mask those eyelashes here, and I need to select the mesh. I'm not sure what it was. Yeah, it's the problem. To visualize this, I'll have to check the waves. So they're stopping here, right? So they're 1 and 2. So okay, so I see this one and these ones. So we're gonna add those vertices. So this is the selection that I need. Let's go back here. And you see, it's really bad how it ends. Not really bad smoothness. I don't know how the hell I ended doing that this way. So let's... I also am afraid I don't need all that's... I need to... Alright, so... Not sure I should be smoothing this that way. This looks like it... Oh, because it's not selected. Okay, so... Let's do something. Just to solve this thing. Let's see. Okay, there we go. And now very slight smoothness. I could add this manually, right? But alright, that. This is one. Now the other one will do similarly. So first we add more smoothness here, especially for this part. Yeah, This could be expand, so expand, expand. Here could have a bit more, right? Huh, this, I think I have forgot some stuff there. Could have more indeed. Alright, and then for these then starting for the outer part, let's make, which is there, let's give them very light waves. I could increase also this effect if we check this and we verify indeed that we could have a bit more waves on this part here. Although here I'm not looking at the rest of the mesh, so this is dangerous. But alright. Let's do it this way. And last one. This one, we see we could have a little. This could be a little more smoothed out there. Here I don't think so, but then I'm missing these ones. Let's add a few vertices here, and there we go. And there blur more these ones. And yeah, whatever, let's pick everything here. Yeah, why not? Let's also smooth these ones. Especially here. Alright, let's see what does it cause. Want to check everything again. Alright, it doesn't seem that it is causing. Still not great, but do we need to go more than that for the eyes? Right, so there's the hair anyways, so we can adjust here anyways if we pose these bones individually. So okay, maybe this is not good enough, but it's certainly much better than it were before. So I'm satisfied for now. So we solved the minor problems that were affecting some of the expressions of the eyes. So this means that now we have a much smoother deforms for these things, and for the eyelash, the bottom eyelash, and probably in the corner of the eyelids it's also better. So okay, a lot of small stuff, but fundamental if you want a better rig on complicated character design adaptations. I think I can visualize my list of tasks here. Okay, this I just did. Bendy bones, these are extra features for the head. I think I do this on our live. This is alerting, just need to check, not important. I think I could go for the mouth rigging. It is really challenging for me. I've never done a complete mouth rig, and now I have an idea with belly bones things. Yeah, I think this will be our next challenge. And what is this? Rest position for mesh in the face rig. Yes, this is part of the idea for the mouth rig. And facial features I need to investigate. So let's organize in order. So this will go like here and something like this. So this is a full block of things I want to assess. Next, yes, and then yeah, hair stuff. I'm missing to fix that here for too long, and now I think I have the patience for it. It's a duty to solve that. So okay, then I can rig the hair. This is after, and I'll go back to the rest of the body later. So if I solve the mouth and those facial, then the face rig will be sort of completed, right? Because the eyes, so that's what's inspiring me to get more expression. So I need the mouth rig. That will be very interesting for the next live. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you could get some use from this live streaming. I'll continue doing this stuff, and we are going to see more interesting rigging, organic rigging, cartoon, 3D cartoon character, organic rigging in Blender. And that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. See you soon. I hope today I make more streaming, and take care. Happy blending.